or some woman giving birth to a child.
Right.
Violent birth to a child. Muscles is ripping. Blood is spewing. She's hollering. Pain is all around you. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is a necessary and a common function in just nature itself. And someone coming in and taking the experience of childbirth, mythologizing it into something negative and evil. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I do.
It's no different than the standard human, which is the stock human, the standard human, the prototype human, which was black people around the earth. Later on, our own physical features would be recategorized as ugly. No difference. We can look at a pattern of our history and see that our own very lives as a people that are the teachers of humanity looked upon as not even being human, looked upon as not even being competent. You see what I'm saying? Looked upon as not even being adequate. Get where I'm coming from here?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same particular concept when it comes to this wide body of knowledge. Someone coming in, you see what I'm saying? And seeing pimples break out of a teenager's face based on hormones that's going through puberty. And they're looking and saying, that is evil and wicked whenever you see those pimples.
Mm-hmm.
And that acne on teenagers' face. And we know we have a whole group of people, because we're just talking about basically ignorance. The ancient Egyptians or ancient Canaanites said that evil is ignorant.
Yep. Yep.
Ignorance is evil. And we know we have history of Europeans that's being ignorant of things and judging people because of it. They hung, maligned, killed, plundered all over the world things that they didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
They labeled as evil, abnormal,
Right.
unusual, all because of ignorance. You know what I'm saying? All because of
Right.
ignorance.
Right.
You see. So it's easy if we can see aspect after aspect and example of our regular lives, how things can be misunderstood over a course of time and ignorance. That when it comes to magic or a greater level of science, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That not only would be misconstrued based on ignorance, but also a conspiracy to hide the truth and to keep the higher knowledge away from the masses and from certain groups that lost it. And those groups are now, which is us black people, unpopular with the society. You see what I'm saying? That holds those groups captive.
Mm.
And as subjects.
Right.
You get it?
Right.
Got that.
Got that.
So, as a result, the first thing we got to start with was in the aspect of removing the ultimate fear. If we're not dealing with religion anymore, then we must ask this question. Then what the hell is Satan? And why the object or the adversary of religion, since we're not dealing with religion anymore, then what is the origin of this? You see what I'm saying? And one of the first clues was when I heard Charles Finch, Dr. Charles Finch say, before I even studied it in General Massey and did my own research, it just a light came on in my head. He said that the Hyksos are a group of Egyptians were Set worshippers.
Yep. Yep.
But I said, wait a minute, hold on. Number one, because the Afrocentric movement was saying that Set was the devil.
Right.
See, here's the first mistake. They're taking modern mindset, terminologies, you see what I'm saying, and methods of research and thought, and trying to understand ancient thought and mindset. And you cannot understand the ancient model with the modern model. You can understand more of the modern model by researching your ancient past, but you can definitely not understand the ancient model from the modern model. So the Afrocentric movement approached this thing the wrong way. They saw Horus and Set, or Osiris and Set, and automatically assumed that Set Typhon was the devil and all that goes with him. You see. So the first thing happened was, because I had been taught a few years that Set Typhon was the devil of Set, and we learned to look at him as the devil, and then we heard, the first thing I heard was the Hyksos were Set worshippers, or there were groups of Egyptians that Set worshippers. And then the light comes on in the head. Well, why would anybody worship Set? That's the first aspect. Then, if the Egyptians or the Kamites were supposed to be more advanced than the people we would ever see again on the earth, then why are they stupid enough to worship Set?
Why would they do it? Right.
Or was Set something totally different than what the modern man is thinking it was? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
What the modern man was thinking it was.
Okay.
And the works of General Massey would be the greater explanation of it. Ancient Egypt, Light of the World, the last books, 1907. Natural Genesis, the middle books, 1888. And the first volume, because all of them are 2 volumes, sets volume 1 and volume 2. And the first 2 volumes, Book of the Beginnings, 1881. Which is the very same scholarship that Charles Finch was getting his information from. You see.
Right.
Which explained not a world of good and evil, but a world of politics. One priesthood usurping the other priesthood. In this case, the latter priesthood usurping the earlier priesthood and degrading or systematically leveling their chief god or chief system of philosophy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you find out this is political. Then all of a sudden, and this is the origin of what is evil. We don't have anything older than Set as the primordial devil. Then you will understand that this is a 5,000 year or no later than 3,000 year odyssey that was in fact started long before white folks even got on the planet, or either was even able to even talk. You see what I'm saying? that later on would get out of hand and would be the overriding tool or scope of religion, good versus evil. Then we got to ask the question, then what is this evil?
Right.
If it's not the wicked and the moral aspect, what is the scientific aspect of this evil? It simply is the primordial activity and functions of that which existed before creation. Doesn't make it bad. You see what I'm saying? It is that which is prior to creation. You see?
That you meaning that life.
That life, that system.
Well, isn't it kind of ironic that life is part of evil? If you turn it
That's
around?
right. You can go as far as to say that not only is it that before creation, that it was set up a pattern that evil would be that is prior to anything modern.